Kal halalim la banawa Yahweh Alahainawa Bahasham Yahawashai Bahasham Rahahakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. What you got here on the screen um, is a big favorite of the Israelites due to being in captivity, and also the fact that it is a huge sin, right? And being in slavery, being in America, America was the only captivity where our people completely didn't know who we were as a people, as a nation, and our dietary laws, ceremonial laws, you know, uh, how to move on a day-to-day basis, how to be, uh, so-called neighborly with your own people, your own nation, how to deal with the heathen, non-Israelites, and the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and those also who come from that lineage on the paternal side, meaning your father's side. Doesn't matter what your mother is. And that's pursuant to the book Numbers 118, because you are whatever your father is, regardless of how you look on the outside. Don't worry about that. In the kingdom, you'll get your tribal look back. Okay? Now, that aside, now, being in America, being in slavery, Esau, the so-called white man, giving you slops and food to eat. And being Israelites, we are very industrious. We are very creative people, be it on a positive level and on a negative level. We have created every intricate part of society, be it from the fashion to the flavoring of flavored sauces like hot sauce, barbecue sauce, Texas sauce, masala sauce, whatever, right? Um, all kinds of flavor on food, all ice creams, peanut butter, um, liquors, beer, wines, whiskey, brandy, rum, everything, all the fashions, the sound systems in cars, all music genres A to Z. And that includes country music, because that which is basically a rendition of the blues, right? Okay, I can, put it this way, everything that's so-called cool and that's of importance, including the light bulb, including the computer, including the internet, okay, all that created by the so-called black man, Hispanic and Native Indian too, but a majority of it were the Judites, which is a head tribe, which is a so-called black man in America and scattered in other parts of the world also. But especially ground zero in America, because that is New Egypt, hence the reason there's a pyramid on the dollar bill, okay? Now, being in, as mentioned, we are very studious, we are very industrious, we are very creative people. Now, Esau, the so-called white man, keeping you in chattel slavery and giving you the slops to eat, right? Giving you pig's feet, Jake, the Israelite man, would pickle them and then eat them, like just like a pickle, like a chili or a pickled onion, for example. They'd put flavor to things such as gumbo, which is a whole lot of different types of meats and other things, I believe, right? They would get the slops, and basically there's a saying: if life gives you lemon, you make lemonade, right? So if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And and incidentally, who created lemonade? The so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, right? Who created cornbread? The so-called black man. Okay, every single kind of food, soul food, and all that. Even though there's lawful foods in there, but there's abominable foods which you're not supposed to eat. And a big favorite is pigs, swine. I myself used to eat it. I used to love bacon before I knew who I was, and that bacon was not something that you could eat. I used to buy it when I knew who I was. I used to buy like a chicken baguette, and that damn chicken baguette. Every time the bakery would sell it, it was pre-made with mayonnaise and all that. They would always put a damn slice of bacon on it. Right? When I initially came in, I thought, okay, you can't eat the pig. Obviously, I'd buy the baguette and throw the slice of bacon off it, but not eat it, but not knowing that the pig juice is on the damn sandwich. Then obviously after a little while, the spirit had it where that damn bakery stopped, made a separate version where one had the slice of bacon, the other one just chicken and mayonnaise in a white baguette, right? But nevertheless, fast forward, I wouldn't even touch swine like that. I wouldn't even. I don't even eat out like that anymore because I know a lot of restaurants uh, use a lot of swine. I don't even eat at certain. I wouldn't even eat at a Jake restaurant. Why? Because I know Jake eat. A lot of blacks and Hispanics eat a lot of swine and other abominable foods. I would usually eat at an East Indian restaurant or an Israelite foreigner restaurant, North Indian restaurant. Why? Because they don't eat pig, right? They don't eat swine. They don't eat catfish. They don't eat lobster. They don't eat crab. It's mainly cod, right? Tuna, well, not tuna. Cod, chicken, lamb, and goat. All right, things. That's where I would go if I'm going to buy anything. For the most part, okay. So swine is a big favorite, and it was, because when you are in a situation of hunger and you want something to eat, and then Esau, the so-called white man, your slave master, gave you the slops. They gave you all the stuff that they didn't want. Okay, they took the choice cuts of the lawful food, such as the chicken, the lamb, the goat, the beef. That grass-fed stuff. They took that. Okay, and probably the Esau, the so-called white man, would probably take the better, the most part of the pork. Pork is unclean anyway. You can't touch that. Period. But I'm just saying they took that also, right? But what they gave you was the leftover, the slop. You know, they'll give you all basically the crappy parts and the unclean crappy parts. The pig is unclean, period, but they would just give you just a slop. And what would you do? You'd find creative ways to make it taste good. You cook it in certain ways. You add certain flavors to it. Okay? And to this day, because of slavery, it's ingrained in you. The way the so-called white man's image is ingrained in you. The way Caesar Borgia is ingrained in you. Okay? The way Jesus, the so-called white man, that cracker, is ingrained in you. The way you like his pink pig skin, you like swine. And swine is unclean. You're not supposed to even touch it. And Esau, the so-called white man, puts pig juice in probably toothpaste, hair gels, hair products, hair waxes, shampoos, on the bristles of toothbrushes. Okay? But we sometimes buy these things unknowingly, and Yahweh Shemashai understands. Hence the reason why we pray over everything. All right? And you pray without ceasing. Okay? But when you knowingly eat pork when you're not supposed to, and a lot of jakes make excuses to, that the law is done away with. The law is not done away with. Okay? If the law was done away with, all right, so are you telling me that Yahweh Shai sacrificed was for no reason? Okay? So he sacrificed himself, went through all that turmoil for what? So he can break the laws? Right? There's other, this is the dietary one should be a very straightforward situation for you to follow through. And giving up smoking weed, should be able to easily give up all that. Obviously, smoking, you have to like start cutting down. But I'm just saying, with the food, you're supposed to be able just to give it up because it's nasty. I mean, look at this. Does this look normal to you? First of all, right, the pig, this pig's skin does not breathe, and a lot of gangsters and criminals use pigs, right, as a tool to get rid of dead bodies when they murder people. There's a saying, when you were as a child, oh, he was hungry, he ate like a pig, or he was hungry like a pig, or she ate like a pig, or she looks like a pig. Why? Because a pig is a greedy animal. A pig would demolish anything if you put it in front of it. A pig would eat his own damn dead babies. You know what I mean? They eat anything. They would eat their own feces. They eat anything. Okay, it's an unclean animal. You're not supposed to touch it. Okay, you want to eat meat, eat lamb, eat chicken, eat beef, right? Eat goat. Okay, have eggs. Chicken eggs. All right. You're not supposed to eat no damn snake. You're not supposed to eat no damn mouse. You're not supposed to eat no damn cat. You're not supposed to eat no damn dog. I'm saying even the real outlandish ones like cat and dog and mouse is because some of you jakes are even doing that. And I've seen that online just to get views, especially you Gen Zs, right? But the cobra, the snakes, you're not supposed to eat that. You're not supposed to eat no damn what do you call it? Otters. You're not supposed to eat no what's the other one? Um, there's one that I'm forgetting, which a lot of jakes in the south eat. Looks like a mole. Skipping one. Basically, you're not supposed to eat anything unclean. All right. You can't just choose an animal and say, "Oh, let me see how that looks. Let me see how that be if I just fry it." There's a law, okay? The Bible is a set of instruction has a set of instructions, a moral law, a civil law, a dietary law, how to move around your brethren, you know, how to move around, uh, other married women around of our nation, how to, or married women, period, how to behave, how to move, how to dress, how to stay girded up, not to have your pants off your ass, looking like a fag. I'm trying to. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the name, man. Lord, when it comes back to me. Okay, but I'm touching on the swine because it's a big favorite of you Israelites. Knowingly, unknowingly, you're coming in the truth, and you have a hindrance about giving this up. Oh, pork tastes good. You got so-called black movies. That push eating pork. You got comedians making fun of eating pork. You got people like Mike Epps making fun of it. Oh, I started following this religion or that religion. I couldn't give up the pork. The priest caught me eating pork or whatever. You know, trying to make it look cool. It's not cool. All right. Let's go to why the historical stigmatization of pigs. Pigs have been looked down on by multiple cultures which associated pigs with filthy, gluttony, and objectionable habits. Okay? And if you look at a lot of you Israelites, that's why a lot of you are overweight and a lot of you start looking like the abominable animals you eat. A lot of you look like lobsters and crabs and shellfish and oysters and smell like that, especially you women. You got a cavity between your legs. That's why you stink there because you eat abominable foods. You eat bottom feeders. A lot of these shellfish, crabs, and lobsters are supposed to be in the water. For what? To clean the water, to eat the turds and other unclean things that are in the water so that water could be used for other purposes. Hence the reason why the ocean and seas are so filthy today, because Esau, the so-called white man, has made abominable food, which is a sin against for our people because the law was only given to us, not the heathen nations, right? They push everything against our people that is against the law. Why? So Esau, the so-called white man, thinks that we won't come into rulership if we keep breaking the law, right? But let's get back to the pig. Pigs are omnivorous scavengers that will eat almost anything, including waste or carrion. This led to perceptions of pigs as disease carriers. Okay, they carry a lot of disease. That's why a lot of you Israelite women are fat. A lot of you have your legs hacked off because you catch cancer. You get the gout. Okay, a lot of you get these growths going at the side of your neck and your face, all these moles and stuff. And you start looking like the abomination that you start looking like a crab. You start looking like a lobster. You start looking like a pig. You start smelling like one. Okay, because these animals carry spirits, especially the unclean ones. You're not supposed to consume them. You're supposed to eat. Like, for example, even if you find a dead chicken on the side of the road, you're not supposed to say, oh, the chicken has died fresh. Someone just ran over it. You're not supposed to eat it. You're supposed to get the lawful animals and delete them yourself and then clean them up lawfully and then cook them thoroughly, wash them, cook them thoroughly, removing all traces of blood and then cook them thoroughly, properly. They ain't no rare meats. They ain't no medium rare, whatever the fuck the so-called white man likes to eat it. You're supposed to eat it well cooked, damn near burnt to a crisp. Okay? That's why you have diabetes, all these diseases. And a lot of you Israelites, especially you elders, have tapeworms in your stomach. That's why a lot of you older jakes are skinny as F. You have tapeworms inside you. You consume soda, pop, all types of abominable food like a damn pig, because a pig is gluttonous, right? But then you're going to have tapeworm inside you that's consuming all of that. You know what a tapeworm is? Let's Google what a tapeworm is, man. Tapeworm infections are treated with anti-parasitic drugs. It's a parasite. Okay, it's like damn near having another entity inside you. Okay, which is basically a demon, but is not kind of a sort of like a physical form, but inside you, consuming everything. All right. Cestoda is a class of parasitic worms in the flatworm phylum. Most of the species and best known are those in the subclass Eucestoda. They are ribbon-like worms as adults, known as tapeworms. Their bodies consist of many similar units known as proglodites, progl- proglottides, essentially packages of eggs which are regularly shed into the environment to infect other organisms. Species of the other subclass, Cestodaria, are mainly fish-infecting parasites. Okay, let's see what some images of it. Look what it looks like. This is what's inside you. Look at that. Looks like something out of the movie Alien. Look at that when it's pulled out of your ass or you spit or cough it up. I don't know. Look at that. This is what's inside a lot of you jakes, man, growing. All right. Okay. And they've made videos of pork, right? A lot of Edomites say that okay, if you cook the pork well, you'll get rid of all the maggots and all the abominable abominations that are in there. No, it's not about cooking it well. It's just an abominable meat. Get a piece of pork chop if you're still eating pork. That is, all right. Those jakes that you're not touching it, don't do this experiment. All right. This is for the foolish jakes that are, still doing eating pork, that are trying to make up their mind. Get a pork chop, put it in a bowl, a clear bowl, and put some Coca Cola on there. That Coca Cola is gonna make maggots start popping out of there. All right. They're just gonna start coming out of it. There's maggots embedded in that, and then you eat a lot of the maggots. And what do you think that's gonna do to your body inside? Look at that. This was inside a lot of you jakes. The tendency of pigs to wallow in mud was considered crude and unhygienic. Pigs' anatomies were viewed as ugly compared to wool-bearing sheep or feathered chickens. Societies keeping pigs risked ecosystem destruction from uncontrolled pig populations. Okay, and you remember the spiritual story of when Yahushua casted the demons uh, that were in a man into a whole lot of swine. And what did the swine? The swine were then what? Thrown off the edge of a cliff, I believe. Okay, the spirits were unclean. The Lord wasn't going to put unclean spirits into a beautiful, healthy bunch of cows, right? That could be beef or milk that could give you, right, or buffalo, or venison, or chicken, or lamb, right? So the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai casted impure spirits, legion, into unclean animals, like the pig. Okay? All right. Anything else here about the pork? And during the lockdowns, when the C19 situation was happening, how come a lot of you jakes stopped eating pork? All the lawful meats were off the shelves of the beef, lamb, and chicken was gone, right? And the lawful fish. Okay, I don't really eat anything I don't know. Me personally, I eat only tuna and cod. I don't really f with anything else. All right, you're right. I need to learn a little bit more about the lawful fishes or the lawful fish. Okay, you're only supposed to eat fish with fins and scales. You can't eat no fucking catfish. All right, you can't eat no fish that does not have fins and scales. Okay, all right. I don't care how it tastes. It'll taste like chicken. You guys always want to use uh, the uh, the term of saying that yeah, it tastes like chicken. And you think, oh shit, if it tastes like chicken, why not? Or if it tastes like cod, if I clean it up and I put some batter on it and fry it with salt and pepper and some hot sauce, oh yeah, it's gonna taste bomb. I'm gonna have it with my beer. For fuck's sakes, they've got McDonald's that's not even real food. That those fries don't even get like what do you call it? It doesn't even age. It doesn't even like go bad. It doesn't get that blue growth on it because it's not real food. And they make a piece of leather from a shoe taste like a beef patty with the magic tricks Esau has with the flavoring and all that. You think you're eating real food? In China, they're damn near making everything fake. That's a lot of you jakes that got all that free cheese and the government cheese back in the day. Even if you buy cheese regularly, you can't go to the bathroom because that shit's plastic. You're not supposed to eat these things. All right? And why was the pig left on the shelves during the C19 lockdown period? Because you lot were scared. But now things have gone back to normal. You still, barbecuing them ribs again, right? The pork ribs. Making them bacon sarnies, bacon sandwiches. Huh? And you Muslims are a joke, man. All right? And you dumb jakes that are in that Islam shit, you better get out of that. Copying that heathenistic camel jockey religion, eating camel meat and prawns and what do you call it, lobsters and shit, but not eating the swine. Okay, and those damn camel jockey breakfast bowl head wearing Pakis and Muslims and and you Somalians and all that, you got that the pork part from the Bible. Okay, but you crackers, you Edomites, you eat everything anyway. You're damn abomination anyway to look at. So you're gonna eat everything abominable. All right, let's go to some scriptures, man. Deuteronomy 14 and 8. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Chewing the cud is basically, for example, the way a cow would eat grass, chew it up, spit it out, right? And then chew it again and digest it. The pork doesn't do that, chew the cud, right? They just like hoover everything down. And they eat everything. Lawful animals, for the most part, if they're treated right and done everything according to the biblical law, will not eat anything. They are designed to eat certain things that are lawful. There's a saying, grass-fed veal. You know, sorry, no, grass-fed beef. So like, we don't eat veal. Veal is like a baby beef, or a baby's is like beef that's not fully, like like a baby cow. Put it that way. I'm putting it in simple terms. That's not fully developed. You can't eat veal either. All right. Because there's a scripture paraphrasing, you're not supposed to eat something like meat in its mother's milk. But I'll get to that later. Let's just touch on this one. Deuteronomy 14, verse 8. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. You're not supposed to even touch it or eat their flesh. But a lot of just say that praise Jeebus shit. All right. Jesus shit. But yes, they eat this crap. I love the Lord. How do you love the Lord, man? Which Lord do you love? You love Lord Satan, innit? Hence the reason why you do what you do. Let's go to Leviticus. Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divideth, Salakia, and the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. All right? The Lord has stated it, many times. Once in Deuteronomy, Leviticus. All right? Okay, and that's the spirit as well, which goes to show that each prophet, all right, there's a timeline to these scriptures. All right, certain things were adjusted, but they were lawful, of course. All right, but certain things that have been stipulated, and that's the Holy Spirit traveling from prophet to prophet, that was stated, for example, in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Yeah, just to let you know that same Holy Spirit was traveling with the prophets, stating the same thing. Leviticus 11 and 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. All right. So all the fish that don't have fins and scales. All right. Simple terms. You can eat cod. You can eat tuna. All right. And all other fish that have fins and scales. All right. You can't eat no catfish. You can't eat no any kind of snake-looking animal. Oh, sorry, a snake-looking sort of mammal, I believe you call them. In the waters. All right, anything that's in the water that looks like a snake, you can't have. You can't have no shellfish. can't have no crab, lobster. You can't have no oysters. It's all an abomination. Those things that are stated that are unclean, they are in the water to keep the water clean, to keep it fresh. It's a circle of life. The world is such a decayed way because everything's out of order. Everything is, paraphrasing the scripture, everything is that is good is made evil. Everything's evil made good. Okay. Isaiah 66 and 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. And this is in capitals, so capitals as well. This is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai saying, the Lord's gonna deal with you, man. The Lord's gonna delete you. You know? I saw a video once, man, that made me sick. There were a bunch of Elamites, right? And these weren't Israelite foreigners. These were actual real Elamites, dot heads, right? They were given the choice because they were used to eating mouse. They would catch mice and shit. They would make a curry out of it, right? And they said, and they were like, they also had the choice of eating chicken. They said they preferred to eat the mouse curry rather than the chicken. Because Hinduism doesn't have any laws, doesn't have any boundaries, doesn't have any moral compass. They can do anything. They can eat anything. They can be fags and still go to the dot head temples, the Hindu temples, and they bow down to idols. They bow down to cows. They won't eat cow. They won't eat beef, but they eat swine though. They'll eat mouse. So his Hinduism is basically Satanism. So is modern day Christianity, worshiping a cracker. So is Islam. So is everything that is outside of the spirit and power. So is everything that is outside the holy book. Okay, and the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. I called. Trying to make sure. Mammal definition. Okay, I said it wrong. A mammal. Okay, marine life. Okay, I said mammals. Okay, so everything that's unclean in terms of marine life, sea life, ocean life is the plants, animals, and other organisms that live in saltwater or seas, oceans, or the brackish water coastal estuaries. All right, I said mammals. What I was trying to say is that you can't eat unclean marine life. All right. Okay, you can't eat anything. All right, you Jakes have become like beasts because you consume everything. You've come to the point where you are a pig now because you got a beast-like nature. All right. These things you should be changing. All right, pork you should be able to give up straight away. Lamb tastes way better and lamb is lawful. Beef tastes way better and beef is lawful. You can eat venison. You can eat chicken. You can eat tuna. You can eat cod. I don't know. Does red snapper have fins and scales? Let me see. Does red snapper have fins and scales? I believe it does. I just want to make sure. Red snapper has both fins and scales. So it says it's got fins and scales, so you can have it. All right. See? You just check what fish has fins and scales. Me personally, I like to eat what I'm used to. It's cod and tuna. You can try other things. You can eat sardines. Sardines are good. Sardines are lawful. You can flavor it how you want. Lawful meats you can eat. All right. So there's many reasons why. Okay, there's dietary reasons why you can't eat certain things, especially the pig. Right? There's a moral compass to it. There's a spiritual compass to it. All right. There's a health compass to it. This is the reason why, and also the so-called white man likes to push everything that is an abomination, be it in commercials and all that kind of thing. They use you Jakes, especially like, for example, any kind of pork commercial, especially when it comes to a certain fast food burger restaurant, they're going to use a black man or a black woman to push those kind of foods amongst our people. Why? So Esau, the so-called white man thing, is the accuser of of the brethren, isn't it? So they're trying to push because Esau is our wicked twin. So they're trying to, push all the abominations on us, and then say to the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, say, look at your people, look what they're doing. So the Lord, doesn't deal with us. But the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, is not going to do that. Lord is going to deal with us. Okay? Because they're trying to do everything in their power so we don't get rulership next. But we got rulership. Pursuant to 2 Ezra 6, verse 9. All right? Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So you best stop eating this abomination. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Shalom.